Mustafa. Big man, if you guys can hear me properly, I'll have a thumbs up so I can understand. Hopefully my mic is good. What is it called again? Mr. Danfa. Yeah, if like I said, if the mic is good, please give me a little thumbs up, eh? Yeah, please make sure. Good. Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Let me get my little water here. I'm sorry. Oh, Mr. Bajo, how are you? Thank you, Mr. Danfa. Thank you guys for joining me again. It's been a minute. Muka time also to say I am Gambia. Gambia Puma easy. Thank you, Malaman. Very good. Let me know anytime there's a phone call, technical issue, so I'll be able to, figure it out. Yo, what did I? One second. I think I left my. Former. Kaya former is nasare mole. Nasare mole Seattle. Allah kalau border. Allah kalau border. Hope everything is good. Everybody's doing good out there. Nice. Okay, bro. Okay, time about here. I'm calling on 3:15, and I think I'm really close. 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒆𝒔. So moment time also. I think you guys got a lot of stuff going on. So we'll get right back to the Kacha. Unfortunately, I'll be doing some English because Moro Villa Kawamway. So I'll be doing most of the thing in English, and then obviously we'll revert back to, once we get to the nitty-gritty or some of the politics, will obviously be in Mandinka. Sorry, yeah. So for the larger audience, but so coming up in America, it's been a while. It's been a minute. Kajal famata, though sometimes it's necessary. But you write. But at the same time, at some point, it's nice to come out and just speak, with on the current state of our country and how things are unfolding. And it's not always politics for them, and some of these things are beyond politics, but at the end of the day, for them, it all ties down to politics. At the end of the day, it all ties down to governance, and governance is necessitated by politics. So, but some of the current topics at hand are topics that transcend politics. They affect the entire country, irrespective of what political affiliation you belong to, and that's what necessitated me coming today. I've been battling a lot of issues inside. I write them here and there in the public forum, but today I felt like let's come and have a discussion. Yes, 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 has been 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 has been behaving the past 2 days, but it was a challenging couple of weeks with 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒏. And I have a few topics here that I wanted to touch on, and one of them obviously is going to be 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒏, and I will spend a good amount of time talking about 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒏, mostly in English, because the audience, I know there are people that can speak Mandinka, so it is very, very important. not just 𝒂𝒃 as a banter, okay, 𝒂𝒃 kurang dem blah blah blah, but I'm trying to look at this at a holistic picture, and from multiple angles, which has to do with sovereignty, because 𝒂𝒃 situation is at that level, and it's good to bring this to light so people understand the bigger picture. Yeah, the bigger picture behind this. You know, it has to do with sovereignty, it has to do with national security, it has to be with our own status as a country, and how far we've fallen since 2017 to now when it comes to national security matters as important, as crucial as energy. Hey babe, teacher, if you look at it, one of the major reasons why United States, I'm not somebody who always try to use United States example, you know. Yes, even though they're also a democracy, but it's always look good. Sometimes take a look at why is America going to war? Most of America's wars, if you look at it for the past 50 years, after World War I, World War II, of course, the Cold War, everything, it has to do with energy. They even, you know, they even make banter, or American, you know, anytime there's oil, they go there to spread democracy, blah, blah, blah. Yes, America, always 90% of the time after World War II, all their wars has to do with energy. Energy, fuel, petrol. Yes, because this is the engine of a country. Without this, you are not a country. This is about national security, and there's no way you can put it. And today, that's why we're here. I want to talk about this 𝒂𝒃 thing. It's not a joke anymore. It's not, Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, I'll calm down on the hand gestures. I'm sorry. I will keep it. It's really difficult for me to keep my hands in check. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like I don't know about, okay? I don't want that. Please. Okay. All right. So that's the situation with 𝒂𝒃. So I want us to take a holistic view of 𝒂𝒃. Let's discuss it as a country, not on a political lens, but obviously it all comes down to politics. It all comes down to governance. It all comes down to policies that are emanating from State House down to the last employee at 𝒂𝒃, and the mindset behind why we are in this situation. And like I said, energy is a national security matter. It's a sovereignty matter. That is why most countries in the 21st century, all the wars that we've seen, basically, with the United States involved, somehow behind the scenes, there's going to be a factor that has to do with energy. So �𝒃, in our situation, we have to look at it from that angle. We cannot joke with this. We cannot keep making banter about it. Oh, 𝒂𝒃, blah blah blah. You know, it's not a joke. You know, it's not a joking matter. So I decided to. I've been thinking about it a lot. You know, I said let's come and look at this situation. First of all, we are in a mess. You know, you all heard the Minister of Energy came out on Coffee Time and gave a very disturbing analogy or analysis of where 𝒂𝒃 stands right now. You know, 10 billion safer of debt. This is just 3 months, not the whole year of debt. It's about three going to 4 months of debt, are standing at $1 billion with a B. Okay, this is just one company we are dealing with, Senelec, not counting car power. That's domestically here at Banjul. Those guys also, we are paying them $3.5 million a month. It's like $240 million every month. And I'm here sitting in the dark at night. Kids can't sleep. Old people are struggling to sleep. Soon Mary, our moms can't sleep. They're having sleep issues, developing health issues because of this situation. Factories are closing. Factories can't function. Tailors are suffering. Supermarkets are suffering. People that import chicken and other kind of perishable products are losing millions of dollars, I would say, a year because of this problem. Yet still we are splashing out this amount of money every month, leaving our country. Yes, Senelec, I heard about Senelec, yeah, it's about $1 billion dollars, or close to about $15 million. So this is where we are right now. This is our current situation. Now we take a look at how we got here. Who got us here? During Yaya Jammeh time, we were heavily reliant on our own generators. In those days, 2017, 2016, you will hear once in a while, generator number 6 is down, generator number 7 is down. You know, we make fun of it. Oh, 10 more, land more, them down. No, number 7, ha ha ha, we joke. Okay? But we were, like most Gambians don't know what was the real situation, what was our actual state of affairs when it comes to energy. Because the country is devoid of information. The bulk of our population are highly uninformed. This is not an insult, this is a reality. Most of the contracts our country is in, or signatory to, our people have no idea. So we see poverty, we see suffering, we see all these things happening. We think it's accidental or is God ordained, like Yalla moko def, Yalla defu dara. God is not here to punish us. God gave us all the faculties, the mental, the education, the resources, the human capacity to do good. So don't blame God. Our poverty is self-inflicted and by our own people. These are contracts, these are things that we did, accumulating over the years to what we are, where we are today. 2017, like I said, we had generators. When this first government came in, I remember clearly the World Bank gave us a $90 million, I think it's a grant, I'm not sure, grant or loan, but to bring an immediate relief to NAWEC's woes at that time. Because the situation at that time was, we had these generators that are almost Jawara time generators, 30, 40-year-old generators that are old and dilapidated. They keep breaking down. They are missing their maintenances. Because I remember the NAWEC director came at that time on the JRTS saying that during Jammeh, even when they request for the technical people to carry out maintenances, routine maintenances of these machines, there'll be orders from State House telling them to not to do it because they don't want to disrupt the electricity supply, and then people get angry. So Yaya Jammeh was more interested in people's opinion or the short-term anger. He doesn't want that. He wants to have this semblance of everything is fine, NAWEC is good, but in the interim, like behind everything, the machines are overdue for maintenance, sometimes 1 year, sometimes 2 years. And if you know machines, I'm from a machine technical background, you know, aerospace and everything. Machines are you can't let them just go. You have to routinely maintenance them. It's either you buy brand new ones that will give you a longer span, or you have this Ferrari one since 1970, 1960 something that we have here, and you have to keep maintaining them. But Jammeh's time, they said they were preventing them from carrying out routine maintenances. So they end up having these machines that are way overdue for maintenance, basically broken down machines. Then the World Bank gave an intervention about $90 million to go and buy, I think they said at that time, 3 machines called 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏. I forgot the name, something 𝒂𝒂𝒏, and they had to create a new place for them in the Kotu power station just to accommodate these three machines. I think their combined capacity at that time was going to be about, I think, 30 something megawatts. That was going to be a good chunk of our percentage that we need locally. So in my understanding, those machines actually did arrive, because I saw some photos of these big trucks carrying the machines, you know, in town. Oh, Masimino, blah blah. I think some went to Brikama, some went to here. So we had some kind of capacity, national capacity, that we were generating during Jammeh, because Jammeh was not dealing with Senelec. All he had was inside Gambia capacity. There was no Senelec, there was no car power. So everything Jammeh was working with up to 2017 was Gambian-owned produced electricity. Another thing that Jammeh also failed to address, our transmission and distribution lines, the lines that are responsible for distributing and transmitting electricity in this country, the power lines, were since Jawara time, in the colonial, post-colonial era, power lines. Those power lines were basically meant for Gambia of that generation, 30-something years ago, where development basically stops at Tipagaras, right? Once you go past Tipagaras, you go to Sukuta, it's all bush. There's nothing like Jabang. There's nothing like Kersering. Sorry, maybe Kersering too. There's nothing like Brusubi. Zero. There's zero Brusubi. All bush. There's nothing like this new Brufut, Ghana Town, Brufut Heights, none of Madiana. You don't even hear those kind of places in those days. Non-existent. So everything was basically in this Talending corridor all the way down to Tabokoro. You go to Laming, it's all bush. Brikama. So the need for electricity at that time was, and then rural electrification was a pipe dream in those days, right? So everything was just basically here. So the lines that we had was just for that generation. We started growing. Our technicians, our so-called PhD holders and master's degree holders that are holding all these positions, they saw these things. But we never managed, we never planned for this expansion. We knew it was coming. We knew the country was going to expand, the need for electricity was going to expand, but we never planned to upgrade our distribution lines and make them modern distribution line to be able to handle this expansion of development. So we end up with lines that are not capable or not suitable for transmission of heavy voltage. Okay, that's one thing. Jammeh for 20 years never addressed that. So that was that. Then he was just using these NABEC generators, doing the normal generation system. Okay, we just limping by low voltage here and there. Some places you put a candle, you put a light on, it's better you even put a candle. That's the low voltage coming. That doesn't mean we are not producing. Okay, so that was the situation. Then from that, car power came into play, and Senelec came into play around 2018. That's where I think things started going south. When it comes to, now I'm looking at the point of national security here, being in control of our own energy. We signed a contract with Car Power. Car Power Ship, if you guys don't understand, just to give you a little background of Car Power Ship, it's a family-owned company from Turkey, brought here by some Gambians to do PPP projects, to supply us electricity. I think our contract was 30 megawatts. What they do, they have a ship, they have a big ship, big cargo ship, filled with generators unbound, fueled by liquefied natural gas, LNG, or LPG, I think, or sometimes diesel, whatever they use to fuel their generators. So they have a ship docked in Banjul full of generators. Okay, they produce. The generators run, they produce. Like you or some Manjai Patanjai go and put a big ship somewhere or a big generator a complex somewhere and then sell electricity to NABEC. So their job is to produce 30 megawatts of electricity and then sell us. We sign a contract with them. At the same time, we also sign a contract with Senelec to supply us the northern side of the Gambia, from Bara to Farafenye, I think the rural areas and things like that. Okay, that was the reality. So then all of a sudden, the places like Jara and all these places have perfect electricity. Everything is nice and clean. So our production in Kotu and Brikama was supposed to take care of us in the greater Banjul area and some Brikama and other places. So, share the load. So our production, Kotu, the machines that $90 million that World Bank gave us to buy those 3 machines was supposed to be running in Kotu and Brikama. Then you add car power on that. Okay. Then Senegal take care of the bush area, the Nyomes and Nyomes bush. Okay. Then stability continues. Makes good idea, right? 30 megawatts of electricity, you dump that into our country right now, we are good to go. So why are we struggling? Let me explain that. Fine. We signed a contract. We're supposed to get 30 megawatts from Car Power, added on to our national our production in Kotu and Brikama, and then take care of the urban area. Then Senelec take care of the rural area, Jara, Soma, Farafenye, that other end. Sweet deal, right? Fine. But then we realize it's getting worse and worse every day. So what is said on paper what is agreed on is not reflective. It's not reflecting on us. Where is the breakdown? Well, let me tell you the breakdown, where the breakdown happened. For some reason, for some crazy reason that I'm struggling to understand. When we signed a contract with 𝒂𝒂𝒏, like I said, $3.5 million, $240 million every month was a contract for 30 megawatts. But this is the problem. The contract didn't say that 𝒂𝒂𝒏 would produce the 30 megawatts and then distribute it to your houses. It didn't say that. All they have to do is produce, run their generators, make the electricity, and then it's Gambia's job to make sure that the electricity is transmitted from the ship in Banjul to NAWEC's lines. And NAWEC in turn give us the electricity. So, if you have any brains on you, before you put pen to that paper, that contract, 3.5 million, the first thing that should come to your mind, okay, hold on. I'm signing this contract for 30 megawatts. But my distribution and transmission lines, my poles, my lines that run through the country, do not have the capacity to transmit even sometimes 4 and 5 megawatts. We don't have the distribution and transmission capacity to transmit the 30 megawatts we produce, we paid for at 𝒂𝒂𝒏 through our lines to come to our houses. Why in the... Sorry. Calm down. Let me get some water. Okay. So, you know you don't have the lines to transmit, to take that 30 megawatts that you paid for $3.5 million. You don't have the capacity. You don't have the transmission lines, the distribution lines to take it from the ship to Koto and to us. Why are you signing the contract? Why? The sensible thing to do before you put pen to the $3.5 million a year per month contract was to spend that money or find that money somewhere, take a loan somewhere, okay, and say, you know what, we live in the 21st century. We are in the 2000 and whatever. This is not 1965 anymore. We need to go and upgrade our transmission and distribution lines to a point. Even if we, as a country right now, create 100 megawatts from solar to whatever power source that we have, solar, wind, we can be able to utilize it. But as we speak, even if we create 100 megawatts of electricity in Jara or whatever, Kiyang or power plant in solar or whatever, we cannot use it. We'll still sleep in the dark sometimes and get angry. And businesses will still run. Nobody will come and invest here. No factory is going to come here because of the same factor. Yes, we are producing. So we are producing, but we cannot give it to you, the consumer. We cannot give you cheap electricity, the consumer, because our electricity that we signed with 𝒂𝒂𝒏 is stuck in the ship, 30 megawatts. They are producing. Don't get me wrong. They are producing what they need to produce per our contract. We cannot take it from them to give it to you, the consumer, the Gambian people. So it means we are splashing out $240 million every month in thin air because of some stupid guy sat there and signed that stupid contract. That treacherous contract is treason. Because the reason why I say this treason, because this is a national security matter. It's like you want to do a coup d'etat. It's the same exact, basically, crime. We have PhD holders sitting in that conference. Master degree, you come, everybody keep talking about, oh, I got double masters. I mean, blah, 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 blah. You cannot read through this simple fucking thing. You don't have the lines. Why are you taking 30? Where are you going to take it? It's right now stuck in the ship. My understanding is when I asked questions, they told me that they can only take 4 megawatts from that 30, from that ship. So our national consumption is 4. Sorry, our output is 4. I think we need like 40. So car power, the 30 that we paid for, we can only take 4. And 26 is sitting there doing nothing. We still gotta pay $240 million, every month. I know this is hard for some of you to understand, and when I put it on Facebook, I saw the reactions. People like, oh, why, yeah? Like, yeah, this is where we are. So when people come and lie to you and all this nonsense politics, this is blah, this is Mandinka, this is Jola, you know, tribal, boom, boom, boom. This is what they hide it. This is why they are doing all that nonsense. All this shenanigans, this tribalism, blah, 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 society, etc. All nonsense. They don't care about no society. They don't care about no Wolof. They don't even care about themselves. They don't even care about their own families. Because this electricity problem is not affecting just you and I. It's affecting their own families too. They don't care about nobody. They don't care about Mandinka. They don't care about Fula. They don't care about nothing. They're just using that to divide you, to confuse you, so they can come and hide behind, because they know these crimes are going to come out. Whoever signed this nonsense contract, you have to answer to this. They know it. We are not playing that nonsense anymore. You destroy people's lives, then you go sit in Dubai and enjoy your money. No, no. So they will do all these nonsense tactics, fear-mongering, you know, this killing, this social, all this, you know, stupid, divisive nonsense. They don't care about you. All they care about is to keep this power, so there will be no accountability. So who signed this contract? And then, after 5 years, they went and added another, I think, another 5 or 7 years. So we have another 3-4 years to go. So after the 5 years, you still couldn't come to your senses. Oh, okay, hold on. We gave you 4 or 5 years of free money, basically. You know? Yes. 5 years of free money. So after the 5 years, Mr. Car Power, please give us some time. Let's end this contract for now. Let me go back, get some money, okay? Let me go and reinvest that money into my transmission and distribution lines, so I can be better prepared to handle whatever you bring. To give you another example, Car Power is in Senegal. This Senegal, we are also saying, yes, during Pakistan time, Car Power was there and they're still there. That's why Senegal is enjoying this abundance of electricity they can give you, Gambia. When did Senegal start giving us electricity? They were also struggling during Ablawada time at some point. Yeah, they were also struggling. You know, you heard the song, Mademba Sok, Mademba, Hamanaka Kurambi Yusundur. Yeah, they used to also struggle like this, like Gambia. Now they've forgotten that. They are now giving us. They have so much, they're giving us extra. How did that come about? They have multiple sources of energy. They have car power, they have solar farms, they also have generation systems, they have everything. So car power is in Senegal. Now, why did car power succeed in Senegal? Why is Senegal enjoying car power? Because every single drop of electricity that car power produces, per their contract in the ship, every single drop will be transmitted to Senegal headquarters, and they will distribute it accordingly. Because their what do you call it again? Their transmission lines are ready, available, and capable of transmitting whatever power is being produced at car power per the contract. If it's 10 megawatts, 20, 30, 100, every drop will be transmitted. We sign a contract for 30, we cannot transmit anything more than 4 or 5. So you will think common sense will dictate, after the first 5 years you terminate the contract, go back to the drawing board, make your transmission lines modern 21st century lines that can handle car power, then go back and sign a contract again. Bring the whole 30, dump the 30 in the city. Nobody will come. This small country, Gambia is not even a municipality in some other countries. It's less than a municipality. But we're still here. So after 5 years, you still couldn't realize your mistake. You double down on your mistake. Say, Mate. At this point, it's Mate. It's no technical, stupid. No. This is just, bang. I'll steal your money by force. Because you got to understand that $3.5 million that's good for car power. That's not all car power. Some of them go to Busundang. They call it Busundang. You know, everybody get their little, you know, everybody get their little cut. That's why they're encouraging this kind of contracts. The kickbacks. Everybody has their own little kickbacks. I cannot put a finger to who and who, but we will know at some point. Because this just cannot be just generosity. Oh, we just love 𝒂𝒑𝒃. No, we don't love them. Why are we giving them another contract when we know we are not benefiting from them? But we still give them another contract for another 5 years to keep charging us $240 million every month without getting our 30 megawatts back. So this is where we are. So 𝒂𝒑𝒃, then 𝒂𝒂. When Senelec started giving us electricity, like I said, the original plan was the Bara corridor all the way down to Jara, Farafenye, Basse, you know, that side. And this side get taken care of by our own generation machines that the World Bank gave us $90 million for. I know 90% of Gambians already forgot about that one. If I put a poll right now, say, put your hands up. How many of us remember that $90 million World Bank grant to get to electricity? 90% of Gambians will say no, they don't remember. This is another sad situation that we cannot keep here sleeping. You cannot sleep your way through development, Gambians. Wake up, pay attention, stop the nonsense. The foolishness has to stop. This foolish politics of blah blah blah, it's just distracting us from the reality. Grown men can't remember what's happening to their country. It's just a sad situation. So, yes. When we had that, Senelec was obviously, like I said, doing the other side. And then they went to a point, some powers in NAWEC, geniuses, they said it was cheaper, it's now cheaper to get the entire electricity supply that they were supposed to produce here in Kotu and Brikama from that World Bank grant and things like that and other means. They said it's now cheaper to buy everything from Senelec. So this is scenario. So because the OMVG project, if you guys remember the OMVG project, they built a big distribution center in distribution center in Jarasoma. Okay. So they figured out, okay, since now this center is ready, but the component of the the OMVG, which is the hydroelectricity component of it from the dam in Guinea-Conakry, that's not ready yet. But the facility is available, it's right there. So they now said it's cheaper to buy entire electricity from Senelec, abandon Kotu and Brikama, forget about those machines, right? Buy the entire thing from 𝒂𝒃𝒃. So it comes from 𝒂𝒃𝒃, goes down to Jarasoma. I'm trying to draw a map here so you guys can understand me. Soma, Brikama. Okay, so this is the thing. I don't know if you guys can read this. So we get it from Senegal, okay? In their head, it's cheaper. So you get it from Senegal, 𝒂𝒃𝒃 line comes to Jarasoma, 30 megawatts or 40, whatever. So at the Jarasoma distribution lines, I think 15 or something. No, sorry, 50. I think 50 come from 𝒂𝒃𝒃, 50 megawatts. I think 30, when it comes here, it gets broken down. Some goes, I forgot to put that line, some part of it goes to like the Jaras and the Bansans and Basses area. I think, I don't know, 20 or something. And then 30 will come down here to Brikama. Then when it comes to Brikama, then it gets distributed to the Combo Greater Banjul area. So this made them lazy. They said it's cheaper to get everything now from Senegal. Like I said, we're only getting the 30 megawatts we pay for at 𝒂𝒃𝒃, we're only getting 4. So which means our national independent production is 4. And everything else come from 𝒂𝒃𝒃, Senegal, to Soma, and then Brikama. Now we basically now this is the national security component I want to come to now. So if you are in that situation, yes, it's cheap. You said it's cheaper than buying your own fuel, your own machine, running your own maintenance, HFO, blah, 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 to run Kotu and Brikama. You said it's cheaper to get that part from Senegal. But what you're forgetting is the sovereignty part. Are you a patriot? Which patriotic Gambian is going to sit there and look at this paper and say, if I put pen to this, I've basically ceded my sovereignty, because it's energy sovereignty. I've ceded my national security to Senegal just because I said it's cheaper. Now Senegal has us under this bind. Once they cut it off, we are all screwed. It's over. It's done. We only rely on that little four from car power. So the day Senegal cut it off, they have all kinds of, some say, oh yeah, Senegal has a blah, 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 power, blah. I said, no, 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 I don't believe that. I have good evidence that that was not the situation. Okay? So we started accumulating a lot of debt. Because now, remember, now we are paying two. We are paying for that car power that we are not getting anything back from. We're basically giving them charity. Okay? And then now we also pay for Senegal. They went last year, I think last year around when Macky Sall was there, right around this time, our debt went to almost, with Senegal went to almost $960-something million. And there was some negotiation. I think 150 something was paid from my sources. And then I think Macky also used to intervene on the side of Senelec to calm things down a little bit. And then obviously we kind of went through that phase, okay. And then that's when they also passed the increment in tariffs, about 35%. 35%. So when you buy copper $1,000, you put it in your machine. What do? You see 650. It used to be 1,000 units. Boom. But now you put 1,000, you see 600 and something. Like, whoa. Okay, so the extra money was to help finance this payment so we can claw back, be in the good books of Senelec. Unfortunately, that fell along the wayside and it got worse because we are under so much stress. We are paying all this foreign currency every month, getting nothing in return. Well, at least from car power side. So where did this put Gambia, the Senelec issue? Basically, what I said was, it's a national security issue. Yes, it is. Because you don't have energy, you're not a country. Now, the guy sitting in Senegal with that switch can decide if you're going to be a country in 5 days or not. Yeah. Just a little switch can decide if we are going to be a country or not. 5 days of blackout, we are not a country. Anarchy. Chaos. I don't care how nice the people are, deny them energy for 5 days, you see animals. You see another whole different kind of government that nobody's even gonna tell you do something. You lose your power. So somebody wanna do something bad to you in Senegal, they don't even have to come here. Shut it off. Kachak. Boom. 3-4 days, 72 hours I give you. Yeah. 72 hours here. There'll be no Kidafa civilized, everybody will come out. Yeah. Everybody will be out and say, you know what? F this. So, how can you claim to be a country? Because you can only sustain your even state as emergency power. You can only sustain it for too long. So when this happened, when this Senegal thing happened, that blackout, the 24 whatever hours plus blackout, I reached out to some people and I said, hold on, I remember you guys, World Bank gave you guys $90 million to buy 3 machines and 30 million each, blah, blah, blah. So what happened to those machines? This nigga told me, he said, yeah, those machines are here. They are not working. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, is that the reason why I haven't heard generator number 5, number 6, number 7? I haven't heard it in almost 5 years. I didn't hear anything about generators. You remember back in those days, every 1 month, every 45 days, whatever, you hear, oh, generator number 6 is down. We all kind of basically got used to that now, right? At some point. Generator number 5 is down. Oh, when is the last time you heard generator number 5, number 6? Code. When is the last time? Yeah. You know why? They are not there. They're not operating. They're shutting down. If you guys remember, there's a TikTok video where they're making fun of Barrow. He said, Mr. Segurmane, I'm bringing capacity. Capacity, Billy, you fail in machine. You all heard that video, right? Yeah, okay. So this is what happened. When I'm in capacity, in your face, in machine. You know the machines they face is the machines we paid for. Our national security machines that are supposed to be there all the time, running and able to run our country in the absence of anything from Senegal. You see how dangerous this? Are you guys thinking? This is a president who cannot see through what I just saw, bragging about body capacity, building faith. You know faith. So I asked the boy. I said, I think the sensible, the safe thing, the patriotic thing to have done is to say yes, we'll still get from Senegal. It's cheaper from Senegal. Maintain that cheap whatever you have going on, but while getting the cheap electricity from Senegal, some of that savings, some of that money you're saving, because you say it's cheap. Basically, if you are spending $100 now, you're spending what, $80 from Senegal. Now that $20 for this, right? Why don't you take that money and go invest in the good spare parts, the best machines, whatever it is, maintenance wise, everything. Make sure this generator number 5, number 6, number 7, whatever it is, Q2, Q2, the one in 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏, you put them to 100% maximum condition at all times, ready to go now. In case Senegal say kapach, you go like chukut, boom, you have your electricity immediately. Everybody has electricity because we have our national backup. And these machines should be checked every day testing, every day, not a chance. Every morning you start, listen, everything is fine, hydraulic good, the oil is good, filters are fine, boom boom boom, the carburetor, the gaskets, everything is fine, nothing is burning, it's not leaking oil, fine. Shut it down. Take from Senegal still. You say it's cheaper, take it, but don't ever put yourself in a position where you will sit here, Senegal goes, you go, 𝒘𝒃𝒃, no Quran. So I called one of my friends there. I said, what happened to your machine? He said, the machine, there's a part that's actually missing. We have been looking for that part for how many months? I said, wow, okay. This is interesting. So I said, how about Kotu? He said, Kotu is like a graveyard. No noise. You don't even hear put at night, zero. It's like a graveyard. So Kotu is quiet, 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 is quiet. We get him from Senegal. Because Senegal is cheap. But you are not thinking about in case you have a problem with another sovereign country. This whole nonsense, the Gambia, Senegal, blah blah blah, it's all nonsense. That stops right here. When it comes to two countries on paper, two sovereign countries with two separate governments, national anthems, everything separate, there's nobody here. They don't care. You don't pay, they'll cut you off. You get into an altercation with them about some border issues or some whatever, whatever. They'll shut it off. So they don't care. This Jammeh and all these people, Sonko, they don't care about you there. They're all about Senegal. They were voted by Senegalese citizens, and they do what Senegal says at the interest of Senegal. You're not going to sit here and owe a company $1 billion and expect them to give you light. No. It's not charity. Senegal is not a charity organization. It's a business. For the Senegalese people, they are answerable to Senegal. They're not going to sit here and listen to your sympathy cries and your tears. No. You pay, you get it. You don't pay, they cut it off. So, why are our generators in Kotu and 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 not running? This is where we are right now. So we have no national security backup plan for electricity. So we have an army, we have a police, but there's nothing. If you cut it off for 3, 4, 5 days, where is the police going to take a shower? The army cannot even operate their computers to communicate. We're going to charge your phone. You say your army is sitting there, you got to communicate, blah, blah, blah. Kurandam, alo. Use generators to run your country. Commercial, personal generators. So you say you are the country. This is the situation we are at with regards to 𝒂𝒂𝒃. So you all take a look at it. What I said here, there's no magic. This is exactly what's happening. If you want, go to Brikama, listen. If you're gonna hear any electricity running, go to court. If you hear, come and tell me. They're gonna happen. Fine, produce it. So now is a situation of when can we get back our independence? I call it independence, energy independence. How are we going to do it? Who's going to give it to us? Wallahi, not this government. All they do is attack people, engage in tribalism, divide and conquer. Like I said, even the tribalism, they don't care about no Fula, they don't care about no Sarahole, they don't care about no Mandinka. These people don't care about nothing. They don't care about you, they don't care about nothing. All they care about is to keep this money they're stealing from you, make you distracted, so you don't ask questions, so you don't think. Like I said, if I come here today, I put a poll on these people that are watching, 106, almost 200 people right now. I ask you, were you even aware of the $90 million that was given to 𝒂𝒂𝒃 in 2017? Most of these people watching right now, 90% don't remember. Yeah, I can 100% guarantee. That's what MPP wants. That's what Barrow wants. Keep everybody like in cuckoo land, fighting over each other about who said what, bam, bam, boom, just nonsense talk 24/7, and not able to think and look at the critical situations we are in. So I want you all to take this and and think about it. Anyway, so I think I've exhausted the 𝒂𝒃 one. I'll leave it at that. There's not much time. They say let me do some Mandinka, but I don't know. I think I'll just continue. Another thing I probably want to talk about is I saw the report, the census report. Census report came out and some very weird numbers. For me, like there's a few things I realize about a person. Or yeah, Sidiq, yes, that's what happened. A lot of people don't remember that anymore. So I'm glad you put it there. You say you're never aware of that 90 million. Basically, I'm outdated. Yes, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. But that's at the advantage of the government. So they can just sit here and just keep doing whatever they want, knowing that you don't remember anything. But not everybody's like that. I don't forget stuff. Nope. That's why when I told you are a troublemaker, blah blah blah, you bring. I'm like, no, I don't. We're just not used to seeing people talk about this kind of things. You know what I mean? We are used to having our youths all dogo, looking for breadcrumbs. So looking for the next meal. I'm not saying life is easy for anybody, but not every one of us gonna be on that bandwagon. So some of us will have to pay attention and talk about things that concern everybody. So with regards to the census, now let's talk about census. This is like I said, only 2 numbers I saw on that census, and I've made up my mind to not take that thing seriously until we have a serious government in place that's gonna come and tell us the reality. The draft constitution. Okay, I didn't plan on hearing. I forgot about that one. The draft constitution, yeah, that's a whole different. It's gonna take a long time to talk about Mr. Babusar. But what I can say on that one is that's what everybody is saying. What Mari Sise is saying. Sorry, Mari Jammeh is saying. What Uncle Sidiq is saying. basically every man of conscience in this country, what they're saying, that's all I'm saying too. We had a draft constitution, we paid for it, we paid $166 million and paid people to go around the world, around the country, all over, diaspora, Gambia, Seattle, everywhere, and sought the consensus of the people. Okay? And then we came with a draft constitution that we all agreed to, and one man sitting at State House used his MPs, brown envelope MPs, and then made them kill the constitution. Now they want to bring it back to say their own, caprices. We said no. Not even a dot will be missing in that, and the case closed. So simple. We are not going for it. We're going to shut it down. Now, back to the census, population census. But these are very important matters. Like I said, just two numbers on that thing. I don't even need to go further. I don't need to go further. I don't need to waste my time again looking at the demographics, the blah blah blah. Yes, also the population grew by 300,000 in 10 years, but the voter roll grew by 600,000. How do you reconcile these two magical numbers? It's irreconcilable. You don't even have to be a PhD holder to know these things. Okay, it's common sense. Doesn't make sense. That's one. And also, there's two numbers that I was looking at: the Guinean population and the Senegalese population. Senegalese population in 2017, Macky Sall, the president of Senegal, came here in his capacity as president at Coco Ocean, gave a speech and told us, in that speech, Gambia, Senegal, and then he said the amount of Gambian Senegalese that are living here, registered Senegalese, is over 500,000. And we also saw during the COVID period, they came here to give some money to their citizens and, aid and all that. The embassy said that they have about 600,000 people here. These are all pronouncements from them. During the elections also, we had candidates in Senegal. They were saying Gambia is the largest diaspora of the Senegalese. They have almost 700,000 that they claim that were here. So the numbers cannot be under what Macky Sall said, 500. That's my benchmark. And this is evident everywhere. You go to just black market here, secondary market, you take the Senegalese out of there, you easily get 40,000. Just one location. And G-Boss wants us to believe that we have 40,000 Senegalese living in this country. I said that's a lie. That's far from the facts, and I am not going to take it. If anybody wants to believe that, in your heart of hearts, with all your brain and your whatever thinking capacity intact, you want to believe that there's 40,000 Senegalese in the Gambia and 36,000 Guineans, well, have at it. Take it. Believe it. I am never going to accept that number, and that leads me to know that whole census is cooked up. It's bogus. The numbers don't match. I think there's another number also where the number of people from the age of 1 to 19 years old, okay, if we minus that from the voter list that they presented, 920 something. So nothing is making sense. We'll take time. Some of us will take time to further dig into this and then bring to light some of the issues that we were saying. My suspicion is that 400,000 Senegalese that are living in this country, that magically reduced to 40,000 overnight, is nothing but an attempt to inculcate them into our national citizenship list. So basically making them citizens without due process, violating our citizenship laws. We have citizenship laws that are specified, that are clearly stated, and what I saw here is an attempt to make them all citizens by virtue of last elections. The people that were given voters cards are now considered citizens. Put them in there, and then case closed. Yes, that's what they did. There's no other way around it, and hopefully when a serious government comes into play, at some point, we will take a look at this and conduct a full census that's reflective of the realities of our country. Okay? And, if you're smart also, if G-Boss was a bit smart, you will come up with this number. You saw this 40,000. What do? Pick up the phone. Call your Senegalese colleagues at the embassy. Say, hey, sir, I don't know, there's something going on here. You guys said you have almost 500,000 people living in this country, but we only registered 40,000. What happened? Collaborate with them. they'll probably help you with data, so you can at least be a little bit sensible in your numbers. How you gonna, like, who anyway? So I'll end it. That's it for the census. I think I'll deal with more of the numbers, and as time goes on, we'll bring in more analysis as to why this report is dead on arrival. It's flawed. It's a bunch of baloney, to be nice. I'll end with politics. So with politics, I'll probably go into Maninga. I'll go into Maninga a little bit. So politics. You want to know? Being a fan of post, I posted something today. There was a video of Ousmane Sonko talking about transhumance. Come here, one minute and go. Sonko e fan for B. Ngala video do post. Abe hadma do le fokang, hadma do men ga be describe kan in Senegal. Minyan ko wala do ko menti. Man so nata. Itala mera, itol ala itol dada wala kam. Itala mera bring ala dunia dada ala itol dada pour tol man so nata. Itol photo sistara woto. Itol yeddo mo roke woto. Ini etra man so ni man nata rek e fa ko. So abole fokang video to bi ka foko comme ni transhumance ni wo jeka sifa. Itol nata ko wala dans Senegal. Aku molle be die mianan ko gol itana mera comme ñing kelo be kering wala mulbe kelo pour ka feng sabatindi man sabatindi ito stare be la kool be tilmbala la mole be kool ga ajala ning kool falinta ito lena ya foy be kelo ko ñaaton ko di immédiatement mayna sironta ñapati tema e sije rapati e mobe ñako no jibe ha kabini male bala ba manso ko chapaj ite na ko rip isi atema akoy ko sign kabin be ganyal lumene be ganyal fo match on the first lamma or 30 something of March akoy wonu mo bidin karte fera mo bodin be damen dukal tuje dama ni bang yibeno man sekunda say man dara man sekunda ila opposition ya ifane alamuta kan kon to nga alamuta na opposition kan nyamen sanyi mo wonni fen ifane alamuta la opposition kan san ale men lay kan Maki salatata. Ifane si demanding opposition ka demanding. Ntula ka jade entia gas yelipa. Yako be ko molla. Akola foya ko ndol mem bi jandul me kelo kan ko ki akaya ko benale a brain benale a no benna a londo benna fana. Sina banko tamani nyamin ndol mene kelo ke. Manjeri kam modo nyapena banda. Merol kele atul batandi atul tora. Wena si falon ke rek ali o sekala samana falon ke nga siri ndia sekanga samana anyi mambure nyaanyo sekanga samana ngambul kabara ndur man ko harma dit akoy wata kala sonko na la mosita nyina foye ko ala nyi chapin ala putu mara dlato ala kabrin se ko jamana to be nyinala ala la dunia be ke nyinata man so man sana raka imfele menara yo ya ni la man sa ni al be jele akala drum aku wadanta nyanal dara fo hakilo jampata na miranta fo taba ko kon don to nyene kan to jang 2017 ko jang kapaji mo be ka do be nyamata man bala jaw ko masita kana kasi rap ha bin nyakuya bin malbaliya iko be kubetal ki fan kun da imanya ko da mi dum to gamero ndo ba ndo mo barka astaghfirullah sitango ala ja ndo la ninga leader so membe ko non songo ira mi sidinja hana sio banda songo sifa sidinja sita no ba hani afane carrément mo be damen tuje ibe damen lumena mi ganyala tuje ifane tela opposition yala ha ifane rek keloke fo jani ala bi fananta yela la lumena ifane dum bara ko jang kapaj rek e be ko beb do le fay UDP do na re fingaten do le fam fingaten film ko be du ñoko ni ma ko ha yana ngi wichon ba la ni wichon na fi ko be serigne na ni me fa ha no mbak ma kinu fala yalla ngasila gamelo nyejibe mori mafala Pastef sonko wodi sem sonko jibe amenga ba maka sonko kores kabra shida yalla ndonga minister le bonde bindo sida birin commission sida ndonga minister le topaji minister do seje yo birin sonko nyanda wal ya bile wal ka sanen la wal ma do minister e ma do director e ma do permanent secretary e ma do deputy director port director prestata lo GPTC ila poro dauda transport union everywhere mines ngandamba jagnol ka bula bele bonde ikola amanka jawade amanka wich honte ni nan na fi woni delo ko ha yana ngay wich honte ani de bo sonko nyala me mira wala ko etena ray ko na ete mo le boni jang iko be tinyaro la ba ete o mo la tinyaro la jatol ete o filije ka fa de ka ministre ke ministre kula lo ministre man fer lon ministre be la ko hani ente fa jansi ke ministre aja so this sana manjanga ate be jenne kama ate be jibo ate jibo la fungote whatever look my friend do your role don't you deal with jibos ite mangi jibos ndene tati diamula donen jibos be diamula la na wato sita ite la role yo play jibos ji ke jo menna yo na re jo la tubi PR tele PR ke radio to la ko ke ni mole diam aja ndol be mem fala mbo fala la ni jibos pareta ni wala di ñola jang ndene tati ñu sabala fo sana manjane fa dum mala okay case closed ite just keep writing so même bije wala comme ñing sonko ñongata wala ya bele clean up man fendije port lambang director of mine lambang fenketam bang everywhere permanent everywhere clean amanke jabani amanke ñoo bandit ñen do la jane ko be ñoo bandol yana nge lifin yana nge tuhin yana nge urba nga ba 2017 ñe mo do may data hani bringa central bank la fa abdou koli o bay jola la mota nga par ñu kuma kalantan wurias kuma kalantan sibadron kambeno kuma kata ku kendo mbirela everything ya may traversing black Mona commission on 2017. Mona commission auto. Hello, Silam. Good morning. William Jammeh. I remember William Jammeh. Sojaro. MP Lama. Commissioner of inquiry. Ako ateka 3% pick up akara lo central bank la fonko reka ka board fun fandigi kodola. Ye. O central bank governor yo bondi mulko wuri ka ha bo so jolala. How do you explain that? So ika bele bay. You clean house. The reason why you clean house wala mondiko. Nin tinyaro keta. Ita na ita sonko ita ko tinyaro beke makasala mo tinyaro ikana ko lo iko kana system mo dala. But ita na da ite o system wala jadol men be technical new class mo. Wala sita. Ajal. Wala tinyaro beke ita na ita ko lo filije. Ita wala bete bele ita succeed. No. Ingani yote. Akal koro oka dual sare jani so you clean house son ko nyona wala sa nanyi munafiqul mebe sin gambeja men ka wuro to ka fuka to be menyo bando la be fonkol ka jolala ba ka ketan ma kalanta wuli afo wala be sin wala ka bulu ko son ko ebi ta because of abe clean house men ajibe ay men ke jana poro ila poro ka fa wali juf bojang last month Radun Dakar la poro yala mo ay menkeje mo 700 mo keme woro wala bay do wala clean sare clean yala ko wolbe poro sanji jamal wol kabiri fañol be poro be katara do wala e be katara fenaje e be système ko no e ko do so kan bari mantra système fo la number fo ko wol dol fata fange be salary mo dakan ana wala be kora 700 be clean nin sonko mo sita ke no jiya fu wala mo la lata men ay mo yafar dogun ka fa la fa do mo woni wen aben jalale aben IMF la fange dem prepare mala brada mi ya chapije wote okela ina jela fa na dai deje ay ko la continue so you clean house in transient jiko nyin transhuman sonko kam fa tan mo wurna ko tak wala nyanta banna jam mo mo be da yotuje nyin karta ko jam wilu men ko jam UDP ni BMPP to MPP da muta yala muta ita kelola ye wura ita kelola MPP ye ya make sure MPP murna nyam back to government mote mutela mote prosecute la mote bala dogula mote batan la bari fane wuli ite tewo city ye MPP murni banko la understand? That's what you do. You don't come here au karabrek ite kono ko chipe ha yalo ha mbenu jele bare and mantre no jefande hani de wonyo nene ko wote kala janja alingan nyo nene bula alman smart moti jang alman intelligent moti alkum mambere am moti wala ni ngamoy ka fa he Sidiq dafa smart Sidiq dafa smart anga ma dafa smart politician ko Sidiq fa smart fa na Sidiq smart mama hani statement what atas no la fe mensi a good statement as lo mbira no grammar problem atake no la fe it was de ko akasmata min do hani ama smart aita sonko nyesi va smart ajibe pare sonko fa clair ala mo sinda ko e transmet mo fe je di top di dal sone lipin ngana rip sone ni ngana tap ako walbe dan bana jang o kada déclaration ti isi smart nyaaw nyay to break la bina lay wuda nga kada jibe la ko ay même fana fa ja ko ku bëgg join ako képp ku bëgg ñëw nga duga Pastef léegi changement bi ñëw na ako demal sa local registration bi ila local chapter ta je ta register ma bayta baw sone yat bayta aussi ita baro ya am fele ha na delegation on bal bala ko woni ya jaay rew hani ako ta ita local chapter to fasta ya fo na ta ndela boko jame sa la ta la projet bi gomna ko bëgg na jox ci bëgg na liggéey Pastef bëgg na nekk ci member de Pastef yi do ko commencer local level ila do ko ki la jale fo ala be kala ñame ay carte Pastef kon wala fanam fo natra ila fto wala pat ubin kita dagi na ko be join la ha kana na eta si rek il faut ba aussi ne refirbe red capé di le be tiki takan hani de fan ka banjan ha fan be banajan yibina say na mo le keloke yembe bala do wala yembe bala opportunity la bayde be jere ko ha mote bala do wala ete be deri ha mote bala opportunity be enjoy yela do ko be enjoy la contact enjoy la ku be enjoy bro mol men wolbe sine fa kan jang ite do ko sura ite contract sura ite da dawra ni to je contract ya fay jana ajale so you have to do that sacrifice but ko le fele day tan ci bi jina si taxasi rip ak rew nak abini mal bale ba be pindi be malo fo motela sonko ko lor mo fi je sonko ko mo mbesiri camera na video al plende fo nyako do gambe ja ante yin sonko ko en kanyi fo da man ko men ka sonko fo ko men post ko mi like ka kawa fe no you know but wala nyen ataka menge wala nyen da kala lu njang maake falo ngata mo be ko cipej kamar kongol por bonat la bel hani wa ñu ngi wone background ban background be ko maken sen dara ñeme rek lolu mo fe je dama ket na da ko man dia fingata man belata la fingata kul bare la bare gonte ande kam wone kamen do yeto nya fay ko day go da man dia ba ñene bi je sonko be ñena fokane kabulo ko sa bari afogambe ya jibe ngam mo jele Facebook sonko ba picture kala fongo profile go look at this one the same thing that sonko is doing we did that here you kept crying wow ni elephant ni daha jola ni biji bana kala fi da sonko mo bele kleja everybody mo to kuma ate bukaro director moy Silen, fallen line. Nga fall ñu lay bukin ma fallen line. Fallen line c'est tabou now. Ay commencé mo duglo ci yoonu man lay bayna yoonu no mo fallen line. Lay mo ku la ne nga oh my god. Yeah. So on ko ñi particular karal fo mo si yim fa nan kaja. Me kelo la de. Sa be duri. May wala side kide keta ala ko nyam kide model am ko la fengere pirim param bara be kala rep telephone be dun ma sayi ma sani ma sama ni jaay mo sani jaay ñoo bokk ifa mun tala ñene mo 27 den dala telephone o ka camera ko debe jaran to wonde ci America ndama na gamé sañu mo I don't know these people. Telephone of my people, I don't think if I get a thing. You know, then get a thing, cricket. I don't like who. What do I was confused? I'm like, who is these people? I don't know. I don't know what they don't understand. I couldn't get it. I don't know. We mean trans. Barang ko ñu sana men sana block la sana fana na ndem la time soto ite la jibos ndolin jibos be dila time men o manki tati ñu dil be jibos ha ñun na mala lañu mon no bodda mo be sira la set ndol ite man kala bare bi ndem men arrive no capacity fo tele la fu ngoti ba ma don't distract me mbela ñu block la okay but yeah, so back to the topic here. Transhumance ñi ñanda kacala la ha kadum ila tiñaro wara batala yimma ñing control aka tiñare bala sambena ñinen to la coalition fonko betiña ha thank you yep lola fenda no so I'm talking about falo ngara jam mo be kan me ñamata. So the thing is, we need to ñin sonko maninke aka ñin men fotañ ay lo a tawsi de ñing jombe molka wallahi sai balin na jomayte moti ñala sai kan transmeno ñin men ka jombe den futoy muta wala doko ka yalla ko ina ko sikio they always feel insecure ñi na dawda rek it all the force gamen wala futa fulo ko jahase day kampol do jana ibi karji bela ha karman da fila kariko dan abin afrika but the original core people nya jibe UDP kabring 2016 fingada ba keme so nyello groupe wala ji mbodu nyello la win diba nyol ne ka diam le mo wala kono anana e wuro le mo wala kono anana de kamble mo wala kono bul man kam nya sor bul kembe do ko mo so manda ye wul so manda ya fo imana fo ye wula fo do wula so manda wal man kamera wala groupe hani hawul bay fos ñu moy la bot ba brin ñu mo la ko karabay abin do ñoko kar man keten kar guru kar sita la kar bital ñi gis sonko man so ñina la na pastef lo ko ilo ko leadership ya mo dala ba ma dokut bira bo speak la ni min be siring ala jahaaj malik ñol you know ngañ dem ma ñol you know for bentalab ñol lo people wala juf ñol ha wala juf bo ñol you know girasi ñol fofana ñol fo ñaadi fofana ha ya foda ako bañu ñu es ñu ako way kala bu vote bi don happen 4 avril wala avril march ku ne fo ne togal fa ku ne togal fo nek waaw ku bëgg ñëw parce que tamit dem na ci local agence yi comme la local capital yara fo entela mu do nagalo mfen sa naral comme ñi bes rakon era ko nda manjay biro ko manjay biro nagala kana pasteur sa la projet sa lata wala ngafta ka duko pasteur ngi dem par yena ay du bere ko kebej be dal ba usenia be jio sambale be dogo be digi dagal so man da fo suuta be sirim bu ndara joy be kay ko mo sije ko fama ko nya ko usenia sa je kam ko pharmacie fama wala poñ ha ibe labet go aldu ba usenia si malade ya no budget wa aldu ba usenia si malade ha si malade bani jara kende wala suduro wallahi you don't want to deal with us ntosifa to wala la clear ha ñu mana ko wote because nte ngalo nte wuluda kono yalla nte kam fu mo la ñu molbe funkala nte menteni mol fota nte wuluda en kono la nga ran fa ba kan kam 1975 RCP so ñi jikol tang ñi mol la ñi mañal ni kudum kanton ni sele ni ji ni pinde bantang nte kam nte be denane lo nte kanyina ja ha sana to ñan kalmu ni yela ma maison ni fu mo tay boy to mira en kono la so nobody can dribble me fo jarre me hamne ite be no ko be nandala immediately al dogo lo gom ilata menna do ku lo ilata menna do ku aman do ko na manan dia ku de yemen dia dunia kon fanda ko mo ko di clinic al dogo atol nyin rek ay dia dron ñu man sa bari jali na dem man sa doku ya wala ya Jammeh dafa dofon ya ni la won fa aman sama si aman sama ka se ka ya c'est mad dog aman sama kilo mais la dunia be ya Jammeh la dunia be da ala billion be so ya Jammeh la ko do wena si comme ça ka fa ya Jammeh c'est mad dog ali la mo jan Sonko de moom mu ne fii lay jeex transhumance wala Sonko bi kam ina Afrika jamala na Sonko prani jomaati ñay ko la kata mo na fi ko bla tema ida malam ni yelo groupe jibe ito la kasi to le ba fala membe tala dogola membe bayle to la kala ele boycott la beto the Department of Funko Transportation, Department of Mining, Port Auto, and Senelec, Lonas, la lottery Funko everywhere. Imagine say you shouldn't be kumbola. Yara ho rumo makisala jamano. Ela je Lonas, lottery company. Yara fe kela Funko be ko ikela kudos ikanyin TV station ke jowolto. Ñu télé TFM ñoo ñu fonte makile kudol lan ko jama ka mendi ñin télévision station pour kala ko promote yara ko be kam lo jana Lonas wala la loterie Funko ton ko yara den dol fay rek anya kas gel kar yele be wur be ya lampo mo ko jang be kuntu ko sa na la balwa fon ko dola ni be la TV station tele TV taye ko do meke fay ni be la online TV tele online yela ko do meke fay kala balulun dola ko dola o bandana ni ma keno fa yero so political carola yene kera na cour la fa même fa la jeni son pala ni speed même pose bi transhumance nal ma ni transhumance kere man sakunda abela man ko baro la ni man sakunda na fika man sakunda kalanda man sakunda mo kan man sakunda men man jare la place wala wala kana ci kala batan ba songa lañ songo ñale melo tan ako no transience ku ñew nga ñew commencer at the local level waaye do ñu re ci bet dina ye saki meeting bado table bado songo ci dekasi pour non ay maji ila masakunda beta fay correct ila idea na tiñara sa fo Pastef lam na beda defana Pastef lam bay se la tabido e pare fi mo na fi digana ibale ke mal ka blanda yamba ite mo manda ngane kili imale bro dami almam anything share tawa ñu gamel lañ waaw gamel la jade fa la koy gamel la fatma ko jambo mara gene bisal ha bayna mo fen share en common ana tiñar ba yobuna ay ko be du ñoko sayit ko sa yola ha ite usen da wetale mbango tiña wala bi so rather you're better off in media keloke meni ni la min lata nyam project wala ni wi no keta ini wala si ale man sakunda tamani anyana tamani nyame ni man la fa la next 5 years yal be dagage dola America ay ko democracy bro dam nako karab ni trop nat Biden la mun hani clean abakar state house abil kata democracy from the entire abecho Nini Franat. If the Republicans also come, yeah, be clear. The only person for the past 50-something years, I think I made a Republican minister to Secretary of State to J. Ola Obama with thank you, Bob Gates. Now I remember. I don't know if anybody remember that name. Bob Gates. Bob Gates was the Secretary of Defense during the Obama first 2 years in power. But because that was very unusual, but it was necessary. They were doing the drawdown of our troops from Iraq and Afghanistan. What happened in Iraq? American troops, you understand? So that was a dangerous time. if you bring a new defense minister at that time, could be catastrophic. Because one or two bad moves when it comes to decisions, a lot of people will die. So they have to leave Bob Gates there to finish the drawdown of the troops from Afghanistan and Iraq. You know what I mean? Then after the drawdown, the first 2 years, before the midterm elections, yeah, you see, I see what then I'll have to men or someone. Mulka banko ron ten. Ya kele, fu ya gagné, ya ron, and ila mul, mini keleta, mini believe tela vision. In Africa, and for any yet exactly continuity. But that's why they left Bob Gates. So you don't understand, they confirm you end up with what Fagato Manjata as your speaker, Sidiq as your deputy, Mamburinja Jana, all this Tangarajana, you know, but by Lamin Joe, you know, all these ministers. Look at them. Yamanaka Mango, Tiara. You know? All these remnants of APRC, they are in there. Many Mango Sanimo would die because of this transhuman's behavior. They don't have the courage to go stand on their own and alter APRC Barundi. Yeah, give APRC father suffer like January 2017. March 2017. Yaja Mahani candidate for Gambia committee for he couldn't even get candidates around the whole country. Candidates for Masaron, Sakos, I just debated tang and in think what 10 debated, something like that. Out of a party that used to won 70% of the votes in 2011, the last election. In 3 months, a party of father. No fa. Mana no party do masira party balundi. Ila kudo bandi. Ila APRC balundi. Ya kudo bandi gelegele ta. Ya kudo bandi tisaro ta. You meet walk you mal convince to bring back APRC. Dingeno nyata kalo kono. But what? They are called transhumans. Some call the if you brought a flip, they get so money. But about Sunajan, Doctor, Deputy, all these people. Yep. If you APRC for a pump, so I can phone your patriot. Because of this transhumans behavior. So, Kokayana, how for your quick opposition Sabana? I could link some opposition. Yen tamit ben yen wa APR sen nguur jeexna def len comme ñu luñ defoon xexalen. But this transhuman behavior of jumping from one government to another one, anyone that comes, you try to amalgamate inside and be, you know, like can't do that. It's always gonna go end in doom. This is what Sonko realized. Building his team with people that he believed in him, fought the fight, endured the tear gases, the slaps, the humiliations, accusations, the name callings, you know, everything. Now they're here. They are not allowing that to happen. What happened to Gambia? It also know. And he made it very clear. So that's what I wanted to. I was gonna touch something on the American Council. That's why I'm at. But I think Yankuba did a good job on my chairman did a good job on 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏 that day. So I'll let them marinate, and hopefully we'll come back at more time. Thank you very much for your time. I've been here for a while, about an hour over an hour, an hour 15 minutes. I think that's quite a bit of time. Thank you so much for your listening here. I think we covered a few topics here, starting with NAWEC and its national security implications when it comes to energy security, and how we found ourselves in the clutches of Senegal, and ways to get ourselves out of it to attain energy self-sufficiency and energy independence. We touched on the census numbers, how it doesn't make sense. I don't even need to go any further after I saw the Senegalese numbers and the Guinean numbers of 40,000 and 36,000, which I believe are in the hundreds, at least 500,000 for the Senegalese. So that number, it's an insult, and it doesn't make any sense. And so we touched on that, and obviously the issue of politics and people that are made a career out of jumping from one government to another one and not having to fight for anything. That's what Sonko is fighting for, and I think we should all embrace that. And it's amazing when he's doing it. People that are clapping for him in Gambia, applauding him in Gambia, are the same people that were accusing the coalition of when they were trying to clean up the system. You cannot come and find a rotten system and then trying to build anything substantive on those on that system. So it's an impossible task. So let's stop fooling ourselves. Let's focus on issues. Gambian, let's focus on the bread and butter issues: energy, employment, free falling of the dalasi. These are issues we should be talking about. Don't get distracted with state houses, tribal nonsense, and people that are cross-carpeting and going to MPB for reasons known to them. You know, I am not going to comment on that. I think there's enough that I already said about it. So, so Namek, we don't hate you. We're not trying to ridicule you. We just know that you've gone into a very bad deal, and every patriotic Gambian should find a way to get ourselves out of this. Let's get our energy independence back. Let Code Power Station become power stations, our 20 megawatts solar system, solar plant in Jambur. Let this be our source of energy. Find ways to produce and distribute and transmit electricity in the Gambia for our people and get away from 100% depending on Senegal. It's a dangerous, dangerous game to play. You don't want this. Never allow yourself to be in that kind of situation. You're all Gambians. Before you put pen to that paper, ask questions. Even if it means you resign and tell Gambians, this is what this reason why I resign. I'm trying to save my country and they forced me to do this and I resign. You will be held at very high esteem by all Gambians. Even your children, your children's children will benefit from that good name, you know. And things will change. Change is coming. Don't do things that you will regret for the rest of your life. Okay. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. We'll see you another time. Thank you.